If I asked you to explain every airspace class from A through G right now, would you answer sound organized or would it sound scattered? Most students know the information, they just don't structure it correctly. Let's fix that. Hey everyone, I'm John Scoros, CFI with aviationtutor.com. And today we're going to talk about airspace. So, when explaining any airspace on a check ride, answer in the following order. We have limits, weather, equipment, entry, and we'll apply that to each class. Class Alpha limits 18,000 feet MSL up to flight level 600. Weather, IFR only. Equipment, IFR equipped aircraft. Pilot, you must be instrument rated and current. And entry, you must be on an IFR flight plan with an ATC clearance. There is no VFR allowed in Class Alpha airspace. Okay, let's talk about Class Bravo airspace. Think Boeing. Limits, they're individually tailored, generally from the surface to 10,000 feet. MSL, weather 3 statute miles clear of clouds. Equipment, two-way radio and mode C transponder or ADSB out. And most importantly, you have to have an ATC clearance. So on the oral, remember, are you cleared into the Class Bravo airspace? And remember, as a student pilot, you need an endorsement in order to fly in Class Bravo airspace. Let's talk about Class Charlie airspace, or commuter jets. Limits surface to 4,000 feet with a 5-mile ring, and then you have another ring which extends from 1,200 to 4,000 ring, and then you have another ring which extends from 1,200 to 4,000 feet. That's a 10-mile radius. For weather, we have 3152. What this means is 3 statute miles visibility, 500 feet below a cloud, 1,000 feet above the cloud, and 2,000 feet horizontal from the cloud. For equipment, we need two-way radio mode C with ADSB out. For entry, two-way communication must be established prior to entry. What does this mean? So it means that if ATC says your call sign, then you're in. Let's talk about Class Delta airspace. So limits 2,500 feet AGL with a 5 statute mile radius. For weather, 3152. For equipment, we must have a two-way radio unless required by other airspace. And lastly, two-way radio comms must be established. Let's talk about Class Echo airspace. Class Echo airspace is controlled airspace that is not Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, or Delta. It can start at the surface or any designated altitude. For weather, if you're below 10,000 feet MSL, it's 3152. If you're at or above 10,000 feet, it's 5111. No clearance is required for VFR. Specific aircraft equipment is not required unless required by any other surrounding airspace. Think of Class E as controlled airspace without a tower. Let's talk about Class Golf airspace. So Class Golf airspace is uncontrolled airspace. So below 1,200 feet AGL during the day, it's 1 statute mile clear of clouds. At night, it's 3152. If you're between 1,200 feet AGL to 10,000 feet MSL during the day, it's 1,152. At night, it's 3,152. Above 10,000 feet MSL, it's 5,111. No specific aircraft equipment is required unless required by any other surrounding airspace. That's Class Alpha through Golf in one structured pass. If you want structured private pilot oral prep and check ride level preparation, I work one-on-one with students preparing for their exam. The link is below.